Hi everyone, and happy holidays. This is Lynn just coming in with your How I Did It series part 3. This is going to be short and sweet because I know it's the holidays and everybody's got a lot of things to do. But because we're coming up on the abundance check cycle, I wanted to focus on our tools, the ones that we're going to be working with, the things that I used to rebuild my life and to get me back into healthier emotional and spiritual state. And these are going to be the tools that are going to be the foundation of what we're going to do, of how we're going to work together. One of the main things is I want to encourage you to try the concept of the abundance check. Some of you may be doing it already, but others it may be a new idea. But it has worked so well for me over the last year, and for other people. It's a simple process that you do once a month that requires nothing more than a few minutes of your time to write out this check to yourself, signed by the law of abundance. And it will really change the energy around you. And it's the simplest method, the simplest tool that we've got. So all it takes is a walk of faith, a little bit of trust. Whether you believe it or not, it works wonders. Even if you don't believe in it, just let it work for you, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you get. So first I'm going to talk about the abundance check and what it is. It's basically just using the principle of the law of attraction. Now, this is nothing new. I didn't make this up. I don't know who did. The concept's been around for a long time. But the basic premise is that it allows you to utilize the energy of the growth energy of the new moon cycle, which sets in motion some very beneficial energy for you. And what it is basically you write a check out to yourself. If you got some old checks, if you don't want to use current checks, you can use old checks. Doesn't matter. The best thing is it doesn't matter whether the account is open or not. So just take an old check, or if you don't have any checks, you can just take out a piece of paper and write it out like you were making a check. I think you might even be able to find some software online where you can print out fake checks. But anyway, main thing is you just want to write out pay to the order of and a line, and then like a check has on the end of that line, there's a field for the date. So you write date and then a line, and then, oh no, I'm sorry, not the date. It's important, don't put a date on it. At the end of pay to the order of is an amount field. So you put the amount field at the right. Then the next line is you want to write out the amount, and then, that's just a line for the interpretation of, like, if it was $10, whatever. But I'm going to get to that in a minute. And then at bottom, there's a signature line. That's basically it. So if you want to write out a check to yourself, you just need a line for the pay to the order of, an amount, and then a line for the handwritten amount, and then a signature line. Now, in the pay to the order field, you want to write your name, whatever name you call yourself. Legal name, nickname, whatever you call yourself. In the amount field, you put paid in full. Not a dollar amount, paid in full. You want to put paid in full because you want to leave it up to the universe what it wants to pay for you. On the next line where you would normally write out the dollar amount, again, you write paid in full. Don't put any squiggly lines or anything on it, like squiggly lines to 00 over 100 for the cents. It's paid in full, and that's it on the write out line. And then on the signature line, you want to write the law of attraction. That's it. The law of attraction. The reason why you're doing this is to put in and to set in motion the energy on the spiritual level for the maximum abundance and benefit that you will get. Whatever the universe sees that you need. Remember, this is about abundance, and abundance isn't always dollars. So you don't want to limit yourself to saying, I need $10,000. No, you want to put paid in full, because you may be thinking you need $10,000 to pay your house note, and maybe the universe wants to give you 20. You may need $500 for Christmas gifts. This is the holiday season that we're discussing this. So you don't want to limit yourself by putting a dollar amount there. You want to say paid in full. It may mean that you're just getting your utility bills paid this month. Maybe your rent gets paid. Right now there's this thing on the news about some benefactors, some angels, money angels, going around paying off the layaways for various people at stores like Kmart and Walmart and places like that, where they have layaways for the people who are struggling. And these money angels are going around arbitrarily paying off some of these layaways, so that when the families go to make payments on their layaways, they're paid in full. They have a balance of a penny. And the reason why the balance of a penny, I heard the clerk say today, was because If they pay it in full with a zero amount, it will go off the system. So they have to leave it active so when the people come to cash in their layaway check claim, it'll still be present. So the benefactors are paying off everything but 1 cent. And then when the families come in, they have this wonderful miracle where their account balance, their layaway account balance has been paid in full. And I mean, the dollar limit doesn't seem to be an issue. One person had $500 paid off. Another family had $700 worth of toys and clothing paid off for them. So just imagine if you're planning on having a $700 layaway payment towards the holidays and you go in and find out that that's been paid off. Now you got $700 to spend on something else, food or more gifts or whatever, but it's just that the universe takes care of whatever it sees fit, whatever your need is at that time. And as I said, abundance is not dollar amounts, it's whatever you need when you need it. I had an abundance blessing last month of getting my computer. That was several $100s. So it's whatever the universe sees fit for you to have. And, I've had one benefit come up for several $1,000s. So it's just a matter of letting the universe decide how to bless you. And then after you write the abundance check, you tuck it away someplace in a drawer. I have a little wooden box that I put mine in because it carries nice natural energy. And so I just put it away and forget about it. Literally, I don't ever look at it again. I don't even go back and look at it down the line. I just write the check out, bless it, thank you, and put it away in my little box. So you do the same thing, and that's the same experience that everybody that I have suggested this to and other people that I know, the people that suggested it to me, this is what they're having happen. And it just seems to set off an unstoppable, endless energy of abundance that flows to you in miraculous ways. Now, the abundance check cycle is the first 24 hours of the new moon. For this year, for this month, December, the new moon is going to be at 1800 hours Greenwich Mean Time on Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. Now, for the American coast, that is 7 a.m. because you have to count Greenwich Mean Time based on where you are. Now, I'm on the Pacific, in the Pacific time zone. So for us, the 1800 hours Greenwich Mean Time, which is basically 6 p.m., you subtract 8 hours from it. So that takes us back to 10 o'clock. So 10 a.m. Christmas Eve, if you're in the Pacific time zone, 10 a.m. Christmas Eve to 10 a.m. Christmas Day is your abundance check zone. If you're on the East Coast, it's 7 a.m. Christmas Eve to 7 a.m. Christmas Day. If you're anywhere in between, it's 8 and 9 based on whether you're central or mountain time zone. So you just have to figure it out, a little bit if you're outside of the 4 time zones that I've mentioned. And I think the Alaska time zone is 1 hour, so that would be 9 a.m. No, I'm sorry. I've got that backwards. If you're in the Eastern time zone, it's going to be 1 p.m. Christmas Eve to 1 p.m. Christmas Day, because you're 3 hours ahead of the Pacific time zone. And that's 1, 12, 11, back to 10 o'clock, the Pacific time zone. I know I got the Pacific time zone right. So it's 10 a.m. Pacific time zone, 11 for Mountain, 12 for Central, and 1 p.m. for the Eastern time zone. So if you are on the Eastern time zone, yours is 1 p.m. Christmas Eve to 1 p.m. Christmas Day. If you're in Alaska time zone, it's 9 a.m. Christmas Eve. Or I believe if you're Hawaii, I think you're 2 hours behind us, so then that would be 8 a.m. Christmas Eve. Anyway, figure it out from 1800. I know it's 1800 hours Greenwich Mean Time. Write your check. You've got a 24-hour period to do it. Now, I've also read, you can do an online search for the abundance check. There's a lot more information. There's tons of sites out there that talk about it, even back to the time when nobody remembers when this started, but it's an old practice. But if you do check the websites out, I saw 1 or 2 websites that said the new moon cycle, the moon cycles actually last for 2.5 days. So one site that I saw said that you could actually, if you miss the first 24 hours, the first 48 hours will work just as well. And there was 1 month where I did miss the first 24 hours, and it seemed to work fine. But, don't take any chances. Do it the first 24 hours. Now, I will post this information on my website next Friday, Christmas Eve, the 23rd. I'll posted on my fan page the time that you should write your checks and how you write it. That information will be out there. But I wanted to produce it or present it in the audio right now in case some of you won't be around to check Facebook, or in case you forget. Write it on your calendars. That's what I do to remind me every month. Write it on your calendars with a little bit of a reminder so that you don't miss the time zone in case you're busy, because it is the holidays. Some people may be traveling, and if you are traveling, just make sure you keep that check with you. Put it on your cell phone so that it will remind you to sit down and write the check. You can write the check out, stick it in your purse, your pocket, your suitcase, wherever you are. Just please do it. Now, there are several other tools we're going to be using during this How I Did It process, and one of them is we're going to be using some EFT tapping, otherwise known as tapping. Emotional freedom technique is the original name, but tapping is the more common name now, and it's basically it's like acupuncture without the needles. You're tapping on energy points in your body and saying some affirmative statements along with it. What it does is it sets up some energy healing in your body to work on your energy centers, the energy blockages, the holes in your heart, all of the emotional issues and traumas that we have that block us. We need to unlock some of those energies and to heal ourselves so that we can become more motivated, more inspired, more creative, more enthusiastic, and get out from under the depression, all of the things that we face every day that keep us from being our best and being at our creative best. So we're going to be doing some tapping that involves doing these exercises. I'll do tapping on procrastination, on manifesting, on success, and all of those things over a period of weeks. We're also going to be using some other energy healing techniques, like I'll be doing. For those of you who would like for me to help you with it, I can do some Reiki energy healing, distance healing to help you through the process. This will serve to energize you and clean and heal you from a distance. I'm the Reiki master, so you don't have to do anything but be open and accepting to the Reiki healing energy that I send your way. We're going to be doing some other positive techniques, writing affirmations, working on everything and anything that I use to get me from the point of being, wholly devastated, broke, skirting homelessness, hopeless, near, I hate to admit it, but near suicidal on some cases, to back where I am now, to feeling like my old self, happy, enthusiastic, joyful, energetic, and a delightful 60-year-old who's glad I'm still here, and grateful for the opportunity to share my experience with some of you who may not be feeling quite so energetic and hopeful right now. So let's see, is that all I want to share with you today? The main thing was I wanted to cover the abundance check because it's coming up next week. But as we move along, I'll be giving more information about how I did it. I'll be sharing some of the ideas of how I think, of what I think would be good opportunities for you to get started. If you don't have any ideas of how you might want to recover, to create more success and money and abundance and prosperity in your life, I'll be giving you a couple of ideas of what I did and how you can join me in those efforts too, so we can help each other. So it's not going to be just about how I did it and then you're lost out there on your own trying to figure it out. I'm actually going to share some opportunities with you that will not only help you, it'll help me, but like I said, you're not alone. We're in this together, and I don't want to give you just some techniques to follow without giving you some solutions to some ideas that can be used. So as we move into this holiday season, I want to say happy holidays to everyone. We are celebrating several religious holidays right now, and as we do this, I want to, my camera's having some tracking issues, so I'm going to shut down a couple of programs. I just want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing with me, giving me this opportunity to help you. I'm excited about where we're going and how we're going to do this. And like I said, there's several holiday celebrations going on. We've got Christmas and Kwanzaa and the Jewish Hanukkah, which is a delightful holiday. I love the energy through Hanukkah and what it means. And I believe there's an Islamic holiday too. I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to misstate that and speak to that because I don't know what it is. But whatever you're celebrating, however you're celebrating this season of light, as you see, I have on my holiday earrings, sparkling out the light of love to you. And I just want to say thank you for sharing your time with me. Thank you for sharing this journey with me and giving me the opportunity to give back, to pay it forward. I'm excited about where we're going next year, and just looking forward to all the possibilities and the wonderful testimonies. I hope you'll write back and share. So happy holidays, guys. Travel safe. Share your love. Give your light to the world. And don't forget to bless yourself and give your light to yourself. We all need it. Talk to you soon.